Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't just collect cars, he curates performance. Forget garage queens and overpriced trophies, every machine he owns serves a purpose. And when he gets behind the wheel, it's not about flexing, it's about domination. Let's get into it. Continuing our deep dive into Cristiano Ronaldo's jaw-dropping car collection, let's start with one of his more refined beasts, the Bentley Continental GT. Now, this isn't the flashiest car in his garage, especially when you've got Bugattis and Lambos fighting for attention. But make no mistake, this Bentley is all about class, power, and pure driving elegance. First off, let's just appreciate the presence of this machine. The Continental GT doesn't scream for attention like a supercar, but it has that unmistakable Bentley aura, big, bold, and incredibly refined. It's the kind of car that pulls up quietly, but everyone still turns their head because they just know there's someone important behind the wheel. And yeah, when it's Ronaldo driving, that effect probably doubles. Now let's get into what's under the hood, because this thing is way more than just a luxury cruiser. We're talking a 6.0-liter W12 twin-turbo engine. Yes, W12. That's not something you see every day. It puts out 626 horsepower and a monstrous 664 pound-feet of torque. For something that looks so elegant, the performance is surprisingly aggressive. It'll launch from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds and top out at 207 miles per hour. That's supercar territory. And remember, this is a grand tourer. It's meant to be smooth and comfortable on long drives, not just breaknecks off the line. Ronaldo's version of the Continental GT likely has every bell and whistle Bentley offers. The interior is a handcrafted masterpiece. We're talking real leather, real wood veneers, and the kind of detail only Bentley is known for. Then you've got the tech, a 12.3-inch infotainment system, beautifully integrated into the dash, and it flips around to hide when you want that clean, classic look. Plus, the adaptive air suspension keeps everything butter smooth, whether he's cruising around Lisbon or Monaco. What makes the Continental GT special in Ronaldo's collection is the balance it brings. It's not just about raw speed or eye-catching looks, it's about feel. This is the kind of car you take when you want to show up in style, but also enjoy the drive without needing earplugs or a chiropractor afterward. Next, we have one of the more unique and controversial pieces in Cristiano Ronaldo's collection, the BMW XM Red Label.
Really nice, very comfortable, and look, it's good color, good design.
Now this thing, it's not your typical Ronaldo ride. It's not a low-slung supercar. It's not a sleek European Grand Tour. It's an aggressive, high-performance SUV with a plug-in hybrid twist. But trust me, it's every bit as wild as anything else in his garage. So first off, let's address the look. The BMW XM already has a pretty bold design, but the Red Label edition cranks it up. You've got sharp lines, oversized kidney grills that basically shout at you, and a road presence that says, yeah, I'm expensive and fast. And when you realize Ronaldo added his own name and signature on the license plate, that's peak Ronaldo energy right there. Subtle? Never heard of it. Under the hood, it's a 4.4-liter V8 twin-turbo paired with a hybrid system, and the result is straight-up bonkers, 738 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque. That's supercar numbers. In a 5,900-pound SUV, it'll do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, which is basically neck-snapping when you consider the size of this thing. And thanks to BMW's MX-Drive all-wheel drive system, it hooks up and launches like a beast. But here's the kicker. It's a plug-in hybrid. Yeah, this fire-breathing monster can also silently glide around in EV mode for up to 30 miles. You can just picture Ronaldo pulling up to a dinner in complete silence, all electric, and then blasting off later with the full fury of a V8. That's what makes the XM so wild. It's a contradiction that somehow works. Inside, you already know it's decked out. Merino leather, Alcantara trim, and that massive 14.9-inch M-specific iDrive screen make sure everything looks and feels premium. It's futuristic, sporty, and completely customizable. You can bet Ronaldo's interior is totally personalized, probably even down to the stitching. Next, we've saved one of the absolute monsters in Cristiano Ronaldo's collection for this part, the Bugatti Chiron. And let me tell you, this car doesn't just make a statement, it defines the statement. If the Continental GT was about elegance, and the BMW XM Red Label brought the modern edge, the Chiron is pure, unapologetic speed and excess. It's the crown jewel. First things first, the numbers on this machine are just insane. We're talking an 8.0-liter W16 engine with quad turbos. Not one, not two, 4 turbos. That setup spits out 1,479 horsepower and a jaw-dropping 1,180 pound-feet of torque. And yeah, it delivers. From 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and a top speed of 261 miles per hour, electronically limited. That's not a car. That's a missile on wheels. Now, when Ronaldo picked up this beast, he didn't just go for the standard setup. Of course not. His Chiron reportedly features custom CR7 embroidery on the headrests, because if you're Cristiano Ronaldo, why wouldn't you personalize one of the most exclusive hypercars on the planet? This isn't just about driving fast. It's about driving fast in a car that's literally got your brand stitched into the leather. The design of the Chiron is something else, too. The whole body is basically carbon fiber and aerodynamics working in perfect harmony. Every curve and vent has a purpose. And while it's futuristic and aggressive on the outside, the interior is a masterclass in minimalistic luxury. You won't find any over-the-top screens or clutter. It's all clean, functional, and built from the highest-end materials money can buy. And speaking of money, this thing cost Ronaldo over $2 million when he bought it. That's before any personalization, taxes, or shipping. But for him, that's probably what he makes in a couple of days on endorsements. Next, let's talk about something a little more old-school savage in Cristiano Ronaldo's garage, the Ferrari 599 GTO. Now, this one? It's for the purists, for the folks who like their cars loud, raw, and unapologetically mechanical. And for Ronaldo, who's known for precision, control, and pushing limits, this Ferrari fits that part of his personality like a glove. The 599 GTO is not your average Ferrari. This isn't some soft, stylish Grand Tour. It's a road-legal version of the Ferrari 599 XX track monster. In other words, it's a race car that just so happens to have license plates. Under the hood, you've got a naturally aspirated 6.0-liter V12 engine which screams its way to the red line while pumping out 661 horsepower and 457 pound-feet of torque. And remember, this is an engine with no turbos, no hybrid system, just pure old-fashioned Italian fury. Performance-wise, the numbers still hold up today. 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds and a top speed of 208 miles per hour. For a car built over a decade ago, that's blistering. And it's not just about straight-line speed. The rear-wheel drive setup, carbon fiber construction, and advanced aero mean this thing is built to dance on a track. It's not forgiving, it's not easy, and that's exactly what makes it so special. The transmission is a 6-speed automated manual, which in modern terms feels like a brutal slap to the face compared to today's dual-clutch systems, but in the best way. Shifts are aggressive, the feedback is real, and if you're not dialed in, the car will happily let you know. You've got to drive this thing. It doesn't drive itself. Oh, and did I mention it's rare? Only 599 units were ever made. That's limited edition territory, and having one in your garage immediately sets you apart, even in a collection as ridiculous as Ronaldo's. So why would Ronaldo, a guy with Bugattis and McLarens, hold on to a 599 GTO? Because it's a driver's car. It's emotional, it's visceral, it's Ferrari at its most intense, and for someone who thrives on high performance and high stakes, it makes perfect sense. The GTO isn't just a car, it's a challenge. And let's be honest, Ronaldo has never been the kind of guy to back down from one of those. Next, we have something a little more surgical in Cristiano Ronaldo's collection, the 2025 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. This one? It's not about status. It's not about being the loudest, most expensive, or even the fastest in a straight line. This car is about precision, feel, and lap times. And for a guy like Ronaldo, who's all about perfecting every move, every detail, this is the kind of car that speaks directly to that competitive mindset. The GT3 RS is the top-tier, no-compromise version of Porsche's legendary 911 lineup. It's built for the track, but yes, it's road legal. Under the rear hatch sits a 4.0-liter naturally aspirated flat-six engine. No turbos, no hybrid systems, just pure old-school mechanical fury dialed in by engineers who live and breathe motorsport. It pumps out 518 horsepower and 343 pound-feet of torque, and it'll launch from 0 to 60 in just 3.0 seconds. Top speed? 184 miles per hour. But honestly, that's not what this car's about. What it is about is cornering like it's on rails. The aerodynamics on this car are so wild, it practically looks like a race car with license plates. Giant rear wing, side vents, massive front splitter. It's all functional. Every inch of the body is sculpted for downforce. And with carbon fiber everywhere, Porsche has kept the weight way down, so every turn feels razor sharp. This thing doesn't just go fast, it sticks to the road like glue. Inside, it's stripped down and focused. Adjustable suspension, bucket seats, track-ready controls, everything is built with one purpose: performance. Ronaldo's version likely stays close to factory spec because, with Porsche, that's already perfection. You don't need to bling out a GT3 RS. The car is the flex. Compared to the other cars in his garage, the 911 GT3 RS is definitely more of a driver's machine than a showpiece. But that's what makes it special. It shows us another side of Ronaldo. Less about flash, more about control and mastery. This is the kind of car you take out when you want to feel connected to the road. No distractions, just you, the engine, and the line through the corner. In a collection filled with horsepower-heavy hitters and million-dollar exotics, the GT3 RS stands out because it doesn't try to outshine them, it just outdrives them. And for a perfectionist like Ronaldo, that's probably exactly the point. From the Bentley to the Bugatti, Ronaldo's collection proves he dominates on and off the pitch. Now, if you want to dominate your YouTube feed, hit that like button, drop a comment telling us which car truly embodies domination for you, and subscribe to our channel. We're on a mission to show you the best of the best, one ridiculous supercar at a time.